Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV, coming to you on a Saturday night, live from LA. We are here, man. Dodger talk tonight on Empire Jeff TV. What a performance by the Los Angeles Dodgers against the New York Yankees in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium, man. Just incredible performance tonight. Teoscar Hernandez boogied down himself in the Bronx with 6 RBIs today, man. Hit himself a home run. He got himself an RBI. And then he came through with a grand slam to bust the game open. Shout out to Teoscar Hernandez, man. Man. I was telling y'all, man. Look. I have 4 names. This is very simple. It was very simple. I wrote down 4 names at the end of October that I wanted on this Dodger team. One was Shohei Ohtani. One was Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The other was Tyler Glasnow. The other was Teoscar Hernandez. And those who followed the show in the wintertime, y'all know this to be true. Now, I know a lot of people want to act like they know who Teoscar Hernandez was. Nah, they know what Teoscar Hernandez was. The casual fan did not know who he was. But this dude got busy in Toronto. This dude got busy in Seattle. And we knew that when you had a lineup featuring Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, and then you slid Teo behind those guys, you knew he was going to get those ribbies. You know he was going to get those ribbies. And he did. He did, man. He's killing it, man. He's doing everything. Yeah, he got swing and miss. We know this. We know he's got swing and miss, but he's got swing and pow. He's got swing and man, solo homer, RBI on a shot up third that the guy had to dive to try to save his life on, and then stepping up there, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. When he hit the grand slam, when he hit the ball, it didn't sound loud enough. It didn't look like it had the lift. I thought it was going to be a sacrifice fly. I thought we were going to get one run off it. And then it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. As soon as you see the outfielder with the back to you like that, still running that close to the wall, like, oh, it's out of here. It's out of here. And I was just like, man, Teoscar Hernandez, shout out to him, man, because he got busy in the Bronx, yo. He got busy in the Bronx. I mean, it's a game where Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs. Like he's ridiculous, man. But throughout the game when it was like clutch and in the high leverage innings, and they were pitching Aaron Judge, Gavin Stone when he went up there, and there were times where he struck them out back to back. There are times when there was bases loaded and in a pressure situation, and I was just like, man, Vesia came in, did his thing. Yarborough came in, did his thing, and the Dodgers didn't really have to go crazy deep into the bullpen. Gavin Stone gave him great innings, and man, they won the series regardless. But no matter what happens tomorrow, and they move Glasnow up to play Sunday to pitch tomorrow, and they got a chance to sweep the series against the New York Yankees. And I know Soto wasn't playing. I understand that, but you still got Judge, you still got Stanton, you still got Volpe, you still got Rizzo, you still got a lineup that's killing. And his lineup was killing when he got hurt prior to the Dodgers coming in too. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto gives up nothing. Gavin Stone gives up 2. Dodgers starting pitching is averaging 1 run a game in the Bronx in this series. That's incredible. That's just incredible. I mean, Gavin Stone, man, like the way he started this season, we were looking back like, oh man, is this still going to be all right? Is this still going to be all right? And then he settles down, came into this game 13 innings of no run baseball. He gave up 2 runs, and he was in trouble. He was in jams. He got out of most of them. And his boys had his back. Kike slapped 1. Shohei got an RBI single. You know, the Dodgers were up 3-2, and then everything just went. Teoscar got that shot up third, made it 4-2. And then you got 2 outs, and tail comes up, man, bases loaded, and he claps one, man, and just busts the game all the way wide open. And here's the thing: I like the New York Yankees. I'm a diehard Dodger fan, but you know the family from New York, man. I watched the Yankees my entire life. I got no hate for the Yankees, none. I actually root. If the Yankees aren't playing the Dodgers, I'm rooting for them against every other team in baseball. I rock with the Yankees. I do. I rock with the tradition. 27 World Championships. Superstar after superstar. I respect and rock with the New York Yankees. But when they're coming up against that Dodger blue, sorry, boo. like it is what it is. But outside of that, as soon as this series is over, go Yankees. I'm hoping this is the World Series. It's great for baseball. It's just great for everything about the sport, man. These 2 powerhouse franchises, the 2 best jerseys in the sport, and the 2 best teams in the sport. And I can't wait to October, man. I really hope it's these 2. And that's why this series was so important. I really, really wish that Soto was playing, man. I really, really wish. As a baseball fan, I wish Soto was playing, but he's not. And at the end of the day, look, Soto's an incredible talent. He's an incredible player, and it'd be foolish to say he wouldn't have some type of impact. But at a game like today, like Soto's not changing the outcome of this game. Now in last night's game, and it was 0-0 to the 11th, quite possibly. But a game like today, the Dodgers smelled blood. They were sharks in the water, and they went in and they got theirs, man. Shout out to everyone pulling up. It's late night Saturday night, man. So the usual suspects probably not going to make it into the building. We're talking baseball, not NBA late night tonight. So we got the NBA Finals tomorrow. I'll be covering that over on PlayBackTV. So make sure to pull up the playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. Pull up and catch game 2 of the NBA Finals with us tomorrow. And then we'll catch you post game over here on YouTube too. But shout out to everyone tuning in tonight. Sunday, what's up, man? I see you, man. Teoscar is the MF dog. Facts, man. Facts. He did his thing tonight, man. LA for life. We are here. Let's go Dodgers, man. Yeah, incredible, bro. Incredible game tonight, man. Shout out to my guy Pantone, man. Shout out to everyone in the Bronx working that Dodger blue, man. These dudes mobbed out and mobbed up the Yankee Stadium. I heard, let's go Dodgers. Let's go Dodgers. We heard it, man. We heard it on national TV. Shout out to Joe Davis. You know, Joe Davis is a Dodger guy, man, but he keeps it professional. But he pointed it out. He pointed it out that they were cheering the Dodger Nation and the Dodger base traveled well out there and represented, man. So shout out to the Dodger Nation, man. Shout out to my guy Pantone over there rocking it. They went. I think they had I think it was 1,200 people, something like that. 1,200 people that pulled up just to him alone. They was rocking the bars out there, man. Just doing it, man. And shout out. I really wish I was on this trip. Really, really wish I was on this trip. Just got a lot going on, man. Got a lot going on right now. I wasn't able to make the trip, but Dodgers in the Bronx, Shohei in the Bronx, Mookie in the Bronx, Freddie in the Bronx. So many Hall of Famers on display today, and so much greatness. And like I said, a potential World Series matchup with these two teams. And the Dodgers got the best of these first two games, man. And it'd be great if they could sweep them and close them out tomorrow. But at the end of the day, we won the series no matter what. And you go into New York, and they were on an absolute heater, absolute tear coming into that series. And the Dodgers you want to tear, and we don't care. We coming to win. And today, Teoscar, man, shout out to Teo, man, because this is exactly what we signed him for. This is exactly what we got him for. Be in that fifth slot, hit those home runs, get those doubles, make contact, bring the power. Everything. Is a great teammate. They got to lock him up long term, man. They got to find a way to keep him this offseason. They got to find a way to keep Teo. They absolutely got to find a way to keep Teo, man. He's been incredible. He's been incredible, man. And the game like today, I've been saying, shout out to D-Mac over at Dodger Nations, my guy D-Mac. We both been saying, look, I'm telling you, I could see Teoscar Hernandez winning like a league series MVP. I could see him winning a division series MVP. I could see him carrying us through a division series with a couple of games just with his bat. We got Mookie, we got Freddie, we got Shohei, we got Will Smith, we got killers. But the signing of Teoscar Hernandez was so big. And like I said, I'm happy because there's guys like Teoscar Hernandez. There's guys like Tyler Glasnow who are household names now that the casual baseball fans didn't know who these guys were. They didn't know who they were. Like the baseball fans, like the real baseball fans knew who these guys were. But the casual fans did not know who they were. And they know once their names hit on the internet and hit on Twitter and all these things, they started talking about them, which was great. But they didn't really know who they were. It's very easy to talk about a guy once the buzz is there. But the people who had watched Teo play in Toronto, in Seattle, this dude is special, been special, especially against left-handed pitching. And he, man, oh man, he's been everything we needed. Like I said, there's going to be swing and miss with Teoscar Hernandez. We know this. There's going to be swing and miss. But when homeboy connects, go, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And it was a beautiful thing in New York, in the Bronx today, man. Shout out to Teo, man. Phoenix Layer 1, what's going on, my guy? I said, what up, Jeff? I'm ready to learn about baseball. Appreciate you, man. We've been talking a lot of NBA, man. I've been slacking on the Dodger coverage, and I'm doing my best to try to catch up on it. As soon as the NBA is completely over, you're going to get a steady dose of baseball. Telling y'all, man, I'm going to be that dude out here in this baseball tip. I'm going to be grinding. Trust me, I got y'all, man. But my schedule been crazy. We had basketball going on. But at the meantime, I'm telling you, when it gets down to the dog days of summer, I'm going to be that trusted voice, man. Just like I am that trusted voice in basketball, I'm going to be that trusted voice when it comes to baseball, man. Trust me. I'm the hybrid guy covering both sports. Ain't no one doing it like me over here. Trust. Let's see. LA for Life. Big Teal. That's what's up, man. Absolutely. Jeff, going off topic. What do you think about this Hurley situation? People are tripping because he's at a concert back east. Well, here's the thing. He's at a concert in New York for a guy that's from Jersey. He's from Jersey. He's a Jersey boy. He's a Jersey boy. And nothing to see there from that standpoint. He's out there. I mean, look, you could look at it like, man, he knows he's about to get over $100 million. So does his boy Murray and his wife, and they're out there celebrating. Billy Joel concert, you know what I mean? And he's in a New York state of mind tonight, you know what I mean? And look, I'll tell you this. Whether it's that mega deal from the Lakers or a mega restructure from UConn, he's out celebrating. The odds were he had tickets to the show before any of this even happened. I saw something about, the Knicks. No, bro, let's slow down. It's UConn or the Lakers. It's 50-50, I think, right now. And to be honest, it's because I was so convinced it was JJ that I can't. It's still messing with my head because I was like, this is crazy, right? So I'm not going past 50-50 at this point because we proved that anything can happen. And right now, like I said, this concert was probably already arranged. It's probably why he had to go back so quick. That's a Jersey family, and Bon Jovi is Jersey in New York, and he's out there just representing his area. You know what I mean? And Bon Jovi puts on a hell of a show. You know what I mean? So I'm Bon Jovi, excuse me, Billy Joel, and he's out there representing Billy Joel, and not a lot to take from it other than a man having fun with one of his great friends and his wife. However, I will say this, that if he does choose the Lakers, obviously those are two people that are coming with him. So if you're celebrating something, that's pretty interesting. But I don't know. We'll find out soon enough, maybe as soon as tomorrow. Dante Walker, what's going on, sir? He said, what's up, Jeff? As a Yankee fan, I said the Dodgers had the pitcher advantage game 1 and game 2, and with Soto out, it changed the dynamic of the lineup. Hats off to the Dodgers. Let's see if we can meet in the World Series. All facts, bro. It's all love, man. It's all love. The Yankees got a hell of a ball club. They've been slaying. Aaron Judge is on a monster tear right now. Something we haven't seen anything like this outside the steroid or doing it clean. You know what I mean? So shout out to Aaron Judge, man. Just a beast, certified first ballot Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. Potential MVP at the AL this year. Couple of what's funny is we got multiple MVP candidates on both of these teams. Multiple candidates on both the teams. Don't get it twisted. Freddie Freeman gonna get busy and get rocking soon. He won't be one too. So the Dodgers potentially could have 3 MVP candidates and potentially 2 Cy Young candidates. Like that's how busy they're gonna get. And the Yankees, like I said, you got Judge, you got Soto, and then let's see what if Stanton can stay healthy on the field the entire season and keep clocking these home runs, right? So just greatness out there between both these teams. So shout out to both of them. I've enjoyed it. I really wish Soto was playing. I think Soto would have made a tremendous difference in game 1. Game 2 was just the Dodgers game. I think that's fair to say. Game 3, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Yankees still got a chance to get one. What's going on, Craig? Appreciate you tuning in. Both Hernandez hit homers. Yeah, Kike and Teo went yard today. Dodgers were everywhere in the Bronx. We run deep. Yeah, it was everywhere, man. I had people sending me DMs. I had people texting me. I got friends out there. I got family out there. Like people was deep out there. I'm telling you, you heard during the broadcast, let's go Dodgers. Like you heard it during the broadcast. So shout out to the Dodgers. The Dodgers have a certified nation, and they travel well. We've invaded Boston. We've invaded New York. We've invaded Chicago. We've invaded Philly. We've invaded San Francisco. We've invaded San Diego. We invade. Dun, 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 dun. We coming for everybody. You gave us Shohei. You gave us Glasnow. You gave us Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You gave us Teoscar Hernandez. Like, I'm telling you, man. And look, this team is not even fully clicking yet, y'all. This team is not even fully clicking yet. Wait until after the trade deadline. I'm telling you right now. Just wait. They're gonna get additional arms. They're gonna get additional bats. They're gonna solve 6 through 9, 7 through 9, and you're gonna see. The Dodgers are gonna stop at nothing. They're going to stop at nothing. Trust me. They're stopping at nothing. And whether that's Bichette, whether that's Luzardo, whether it's Tanner Scott, whether it's something we ain't even heard of yet. Like I'm telling you, man, this team, the Dodgers are not going to be cheap when it comes to making sure that they're competing for a World Series championship. I promise you this, man. They spent all the cash they possibly could in the offseason. They're like, we're going to spend no matter what. And they did. And now they had an embarrassment enrichment of cash. And now they're about to have an embarrassment enrichment of prospects to go get those finishing touches to make sure that this series that is so high profile and so big that we're seeing now is this series that we see in October. East versus West, Yankees versus Dodgers. Epic showdown. Great for the sport, man. Great for the sport. Dante says, okay, I think I touched on that when I read my phone. Dodgers for life. Exactly. What's going on, LA Ballin'? Appreciate you, man. I think we will sweep tomorrow. I think we can, man. We got Glasnow going. They're feeling good about themselves. But one thing about baseball, man, you could be on top of the world one day and knock back the reality of the next, man. That's just the way the baseball goes. Tail wants to be a Dodger lifer. Hope they extend him. So yeah, so they don't have a way to extend him. They got to wait till the off season. But I think there's a natural fit there. It's a natural marriage. He's got a great relationship with Ohtani. He's fitting in naturally. He chose them. Like, he could have probably got more money elsewhere, longer term deal elsewhere. He chose this. He wanted to be part of this. He wanted to play in high leverage games. He wanted to be in games like this in Yankee Stadium with all these other Hall of Famers in front of him and him still to show. Teoscar is made for this, man. And I hope that he's a Dodger for a long, long time. I told you about this in October. Like I said, a lot of people started learning his name and putting it out there. But I'm telling you, Teo was on my list for a long time. He was perfect for this team. And I will continue to say he will have stretches where he struggles. He will have stretches where there's a lot of swing and miss. This is going to happen. However, he's going to have games like tonight where he goes in and faces right now currently one of the top teams in baseball and looks like the best player in the game. And he did that tonight with those 6 ribbies. 6 ribbies. Man, in the Bronx, man. For a right-handed hitter, not even taking advantage of the short porch and right. Just clapping out there, man. And just adds a whole different dynamic to this team, a whole different layer to this team, and a whole different cheat code, man. Dante says, not a lot of Yankees and Dodger fans that hate each other. More respect, if anything. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, they never really, like, most of today's generation, most of today's baseball fans, or even like guys that are in like their 50s, really didn't see there really hasn't been a Dodgers-Yankees rivalry come playoff time, right? They're both kind of going further in the playoffs at different times. I think if they met up in the World Series, I think it could develop a little bit more richness there. But right now, I think there is mutual respect. Like I said, I'm a fan of both teams. Derek Jeter is my favorite player of all time. Manny Rivera was a god to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like from 96 up until Jeter retired, man. I watched so many Yankee games. It's not even funny. But I'm a Dodger fan. I'm a Yankee fan too, but I'm a diehard Dodger fan. And if the Yankees are playing the Dodgers, I'm rooting Dodgers. If the Yankees are playing anyone else, I'm rooting for the Yankees. I watch a lot of Yankee games, and I love everything about them. And it was kind of dope, but you're watching the Fox pregame, and you see A-Rod, Big Papi, and Jeter part of that crew. That's kind of dope. I know that A-Rod and Jeter didn't have the best relationship, and obviously Big Papi was on the other side with Boston. But I think those 3 together representing that era and being out there is dope. And I did like seeing that. Shout out to them for being part of that. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on, sir? Make sure to subscribe to Daniel Berry, man. He's got a channel over there. Appreciate you pulling up. He said, go Dodgers. Absolutely. Jeff, who do you think are the 2 best teams as of now? And what I've been saying, I know Philly's playing great. I know they're on a hot streak. I know they've been raking. I know they're doing their thing. But to me, it's always been about the Dodgers and the Yankees, and I think it will continue to be. The Dodgers are going to get Clayton Kershaw and Dustin May back, plus they're going to have some moves to make around the trade deadline. The Yankees are going to get the reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Garrett Cole back, plus make some moves at the deadline. So it's going to be these 2. It's going to be these 2. The thing about baseball, though, which I've told you guys all season, the most beautiful thing about baseball is that it's not always the best team that wins, man. Teams come out of nowhere sometimes. The hottest bats with the hottest arms and the hottest bullpen can sometimes go in there and just completely shock and shake up everyone. And that's just the way it goes with baseball. But right now, the firepower on both NY and LA, adding Soto into that lineup, when you got Volpe, you got Judge, you got Soto, you got Stanton, you got Rizzo, you got these dudes in that lineup, like the Dodgers with Mookie, Shohei, Freddie, Will Smith, Teoscar. The top of those lineups are so brutal, man. When you look at that, when you just look at that scorecard that comes up, like John Smoltz was talking about it during the game today. And he was like, man, you look at that lineup card and you're like, man, like this is not going to be fun. And the Yankees and Dodgers have when it comes 1 through 5, it's just solid. It's incredible. And it's just as a baseball fan. And like I said, I told you I was trying to bring more basketball people into baseball this season. And I've kind of let y'all down because I haven't had the time to be full-fledged dive in to do both yet, just because of my schedule, my responsibilities. And but once the NBA is completely done, I know the offseason is going to be busy too. But when it hits that dog days of summer, you guys are going to be hit with constant Dodger content. I promise you, all the way up to the World Series. So it's coming. It's just my schedule's been a little bit rough. Dodgers fan broke his gold chain when he tried to catch Judge's homer. Yeah, I saw that, man. Man, Judge is he's so ridiculous, man. Like I said, 2 home runs in a game that they got bodied, but he still clapped 2 of them out of there. That guy is so good. You make a mistake and it's night with him. It's night. He will launch that ball from the Bronx to Queens, man. Like from Bronx to Brooklyn. Pick a borough, he gonna launch that baseball, man. And he's special. And that's what I said. When you got luckily, like I said, those runs that came through, those insurance runs, and the Dodgers got him in waves. It led to where that home run was basically mute. It didn't matter. It's gonna add on to his stat sheet by the end of the season, but it didn't matter in today's game. The first one did. But anytime you're playing the Yankees and it's a close game and you're facing him, all it takes is just one pitch, and it's it's scary. It's got to be scary pitching to that guy. Phillies have best record for now. Yeah, the Phillies have the best record, but I don't necessarily look at them like I do the Dodgers or the Yankees. I think they're good. They're very good. You got to respect them, and they're capable. But the Dodgers and Yankees, to me, are the class of baseball right now. Yankees need Jason Dominguez back. They do. They need Dominguez back. They need Garrett Cole back. They need Juan Soto back. But even having said that, even with all that, they have been killing everyone coming into this game. Teoscar Hernandez MVP. He's been the MVP these first two games. He had 2 RBIs yesterday. He had 6 today, 8 RBIs in 2 games, and a 2-0 record in the Bronx. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts. Yankees need Soto. They do. But again, Soto definitely would have made a difference in yesterday's game in that extra inning game. I think today, the Dodgers were winning no matter who was on the field today. They just got it going, man. They just had it going. Oh, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman are special. Yeah, man. It's those guys, especially come playoff time, man. It's just they've all been MVPs. You got 3 MVPs at the top of your lineup. That's insane. And you got a guy who's an MVP in the clutch in Teoscar Hernandez, and another guy who's pretty MVP in the clutch in Will Smith. So your 1 through 5 is a murderer's row like I've ever seen. That's Murder Inc. up there, no job. All right. That is a monster front 5. Monster. And they can continue. The Dodgers just got to figure things out when it comes to runners in scoring position. Can't always rely on that home run. I believe they will. I believe they will add more guys, and I believe they will to where the top of the lineup doesn't feel as much pressure to put the ball in the seats. Maybe they can worry a little bit more about manufacturing. They've got a little bit more back end of the lineup help, and I think that will come. But right now, that front 5 is just ridiculous. Teoscar, yeah, I like Teoscar for a long time, man. Like I said, I know a lot of people didn't even know who he was. I'm happy. There are 2 names that I'm happy that are a household name now, and it's Teoscar Hernandez and Tyler Glasnow. I kept telling everyone. I told him before the Dodgers signed him, I go, the Dodgers are going to get these guys because I had great intel on that. Matter of fact, like I know for those who watch my coverage during the winter, y'all know I put the Yamamoto out there before I went national. But I had that Glasnow one 4 or 5 days before. And I put it out there and I told y'all. And I got mocked by media people, like people actually on Twitter. People actually mocked me, called me out. And then it happened and they apologized. So like I said, I got great Dodger plugs, fantastic Dodger plugs. I got more Dodger plugs than I do Laker plugs, which is crazy. But I got great ones with the Dodgers. So like I said, man, we knew this was coming. And that's why I'm telling you. I know for a fact that the Dodgers are cooking stuff up when it comes to the trade deadline. They're not going to sit on their hands at all. I promise you guys. He's laughing at the Yankees. Dante, what's up, my brother? He said, "Yer." Kiki with the yellow. That I saw the cleats, man. Jeff got me. FUB, we on. I've been to both stadiums. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. And this is a great season, man. It's a great time to be a baseball fan. We're witnessing this is the golden era of baseball back in the day when all the classics and like you had all the legends and all this. Like I feel like baseball's kind of turning back into that again, man. And I'm super excited to see the greatness that's going to be coming out, the rest of this season. This Dodger lineup, this Yankee lineup, this Philly team. I really like watching this Kansas City Royals team, Bobby Witt Jr. and them over there doing their thing, man. And a lot of these up and coming teams like Atlanta, even without Acuna Jr. out there, still gonna be a threat out there, man. Like the Dodgers, like you got the Giants and the Padres, even though the Dodgers are 8 games up on them, those guys are still in the wild card race. Like it's still technically a tough division when you come down to that, right? As far as they could still make the playoffs, and it's just one big. Even the Mets were having a trash season. Technically have a chance at the wild card, and that's crazy because the American League, excuse me, the National League is so bunched up. The National League is looking like the Western Conference of the NBA. It's crazy. Dante says, only thing I noticed with both teams or the bottom of the lineup can be a little shaky against better pitching. Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. They are both going to add at the trade deadline. I'm convinced of this. Well, I know for a fact the Dodgers. Like I've got great intel on that. The Yankees, I don't have the intel, but I do expect them to do so for sure. Alejandro, what's up, brother? He said, live from New York. It's Saturday night with Jeff. There we go. Even though it's live from LA, it's Saturday night, but we talk about New York too, man. It's in my bloodline as well. So appreciate you pulling up, brother. Speaking of having great Dodger plugs, I need some hair plug. Hey, I do too, man. I've been losing my hair for a while, man, but it's all good, man. It's so good. It happens to the best of us, man. But man, it's what a time to be a baseball fan, man. I feel like I'm gonna keep saying this all season. It's enjoyable, it's exciting. And shout out to everyone. I got a bunch of people over on Twitter tuning in right now. Shout out to everyone on YouTube right now. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And if you're on Twitter /X over there, man, make sure to like the post, repost the post. We'll greatly appreciate it. Truly does help grow the channel. And like I said, man, y'all been crazy supportive of all the NBA coverage. Y'all rocked heavy with me on the baseball coverage during the winter. And I promise y'all, man, I'm going to be that crossover guy, bringing the NBA to MLB, that trusted voice in both sports, man, that connected dude who can break down the game. No narratives, no pom-poms, just bringing you that real deal. Holyfield up here, man, like the people deserve. And I can't wait to experience the rest of this season with y'all, man. Dante says, do-rag, y'all, do-rag. Try to have me looking like B-Rabbit out here, huh? What's good, my brother Jeff? What's going on, Lewis? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate we talking some baseball right now. I know you're an NBA head. Appreciate you tuning in. I got tons of basketball coverage coming soon, man. Tons, man. I'm hoping to get an update on this coaching situation in the morning, man. I got a couple calls in the morning with some media folk. But at the same time, I'm not expecting a lot of people to have much insight on this, man. I believe it's just probably Woj, the Lakers, and Hurley. I think everyone else is closed out of this right now, man. Alejandro said, what position would you bet the Dodgers will focus on? I think it's important that maybe they look at a shortstop. I don't like Mookie playing the entire season there. But then you gotta think about that because, man, are we moving Mookie to second? And is Gavin like getting traded? For some reason, I don't feel like they want to give up on Gavin yet. So does that mean that Mookie goes back to the outfield and right? What does that mean? You know, we got to figure that out. So, but I think that Dante Bichette is a strong possibility. I think Tanner Scott and Jesus Luzardo are a strong possibility. That package in Miami, I think, could be one of those packages that like put the Dodgers insanely over the top. An elite reliever, an elite left-hand starting pitcher. I think those things in lieu of getting Kershaw back and getting Dustin May back, the Dodgers could have 8 quality starters. That's crazy. Last couple of years, the Dodgers' arms burned out and their bats went silent. So the hope is that to have enough arms and have enough quality bats that if one or the other go down, the other is still in play. So even if your bats go a little silent, but your arms and your bullpen is strong, you could make it through that. Or if your bats are red hot, but maybe your starters are, but your bullpen is strong, like have 2 to 3 in the bag, and you're going to be straight. So I think like they're gonna double down on this, and I think they're going to fix 7 through 9. I think they're going to add additional bullpen, and I think they may even add another starting pitcher, even though that may not be the top priority. I think the Dodgers have realized in the past you can never have enough quality arms, and you go into these playoffs, man, those quality arms are going to be importante. You need the LAFC intel. Then you got the trifecta. I have, you know what? The funny thing is, it's funny you say that. I probably have some, but I don't know enough about the sport how to break it down. It's really funny you say that because I actually have one. But the funny thing is I don't know enough about the game to break it down. I've got that randomly from a professional relationship. But I don't cover the sport and I don't know enough about the sport to either break it down. But we're going to launch, we're getting ready to launch EPJ Sports Night, which is going to be a nightly sports talk show. It's going to be like a sports talk radio show meets Sports Center type of thing with call-ins. And obviously I'll be holding down MLB and NBA, but I'm going to be bringing in some guys for for boxing, UFC, wrestling. We're going to bring in people for, maybe like I need some help with soccer. I need some stuff like that. So we'll be doing the NFL as well. So like I said, we're gonna have a bunch of coverage on that. I've got a couple of people that I'm talking to help me with the soccer portion of it. It'll be like one day a week they'll do a soccer show. And I can pass, I can do the research for them and get with the intel on that. I have no problem learning these sports. It's just going to take me some time. Basketball, I've just been my whole life. Baseball, my whole life. It's second nature. I can do this in my sleep with the best of the best. Like, no problem. You got dudes who've been doing this for 10 years. Even me, new kid on the block, I'm right there with them. Like, when it comes to that, I got no problem with that. But soccer, that's not me. That's not me. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie about that. So I'm gonna need some help on that. But I'm gonna get people. And then I'm still gonna offer that to the people if it's something they want. Dante said off topic, our NBA teams about to do trades right now. So here's the thing: any team whose season is over can do trades right now. So every team other than the Boston Celtics and Dallas Mavericks can do trades right now. But here's the thing: they can do trades if it doesn't affect players on their current roster. So like, if you remember last year during the finals, the Denver Nuggets made a trade for some future draft picks. So these two teams in the finals can make moves like that, just not with players on their roster. But all the other 28 teams in the league can make trades right now. But a lot of teams and a lot of organizations are waiting until the summer because there's teams over the first apron. There's teams that are hard capped this season, and the rules start over on the 31st. On July 1st. And also, there's teams who don't have draft picks available till after the draft is completed, like the Lakers. So on draft night, I expect the things to get crazy and get a little hectic. Craig says, need a shortstop and an outfielder. Yes. And if we get a shortstop, we might not need an outfielder because maybe Moogie goes back to the outfield. But not entirely sure on that yet. We have to wait that out for sure. Alex says, yeah, shortstop would be great. Mookie has gone a bit down after that hot start. Yeah, just too much to put on him. And I think Derek Jeter spoken out of how great that is. It's like most of the time, guys, by the time they hit 31, they're usually moving you off for shortstop, not moving you to shortstop. So he said the greatness of Mookie just shows that even him being able to do that is incredible. But it doesn't mean that that's smart. It's going to be taken away for what he does best. So they're going to have to figure that out, man, for sure. Let's see. Bo Bichette. Yeah, Daniel. I think that's a possibility. I'd rather have Adames. I like Adames, but the problem is Milwaukee's winning too much. They're not gonna send him out if they're in contention. So I don't think Adames goes anywhere right now. I don't think so. I think if they fell off, maybe they'll sell closer to the deadline. But they're playing well right now, and they're definitely at the very worst probably going to be in contention for a wild card. So I'm pretty sure he stays and finishes the season, man. Panthers or Oilers? I'm gonna go with the classic team, Oilers. Lewis says, let's go Los Angeles Dodgers. Jeff, do you think the Dodgers will win tomorrow? I think we can win tomorrow, man. We win the first two. We got our ace going tomorrow. So we won with Yamamoto. We won with Stone, and we got our best pitcher going tomorrow. So I think we can. But like I said, this team is still so good over there in New York that it wouldn't surprise me if they get the win. But why not, Dodgers? Let's go for this sweep in NY, man. Let's go for that sweep. Greg says Summer League basketball is Cole. You mean coming up? Okay, I see that coming up. Yep, it is for sure. Alejandro says excited for your new show and project. You're gonna do great. Hey, thank you, man. I'm telling you, man, that EPJ Sports Night, man, it's coming. It's coming fast. And I've almost dropped it twice. I've almost done it twice, but it hasn't quite lined up. But here it is right here. EPJ Sports Night, man. Like I told you, live sports talk radio style call-in show. And as long as people behave themselves, don't get disrespectful, don't do stuff that YouTube punishes me for, then we'll keep it going. You know what I mean? We'll keep the call-ins going. But it's brought to you by Fanatics and as well as Court Kings and Legends of Culture, my other two companies, man. So shout out to everyone who's excited about that, man. I can't wait. I think you guys are going to enjoy this. It's going to be quick hitting. No panels on this show, but we will have segments, kind of like Sports Center, where they bring in like a basketball expert and then they bring in the baseball expert and maybe a co-host or two. But it's going to be like your sports talk radio meets Sports Center. And I've got some things in the works where people at stadiums, people at locations, I bring them in live, reporting from the actual event. Like I said, actual media people. There's going to be things you guys are really, really, really going to like and enjoy. No one is doing this on YouTube. I'm going to be the first. I can't wait. And the sky's the limits for this show. We'll see what the people think of it. We'll see what it does. But I think it's something that everyone's going to enjoy. And shout out to my brother Chris for that NBA Inside Stuff remix. You guys know my logo for Empire Jeff TV is a remix on that NBA and NBC. And then we had the NBA Inside Stuff remix there for the EPJ Sports Night. And there's one more show. There's one more segment that I'm going to be announcing soon as well. I'm telling you, there's going to be about 4 or 5 different segments on this show for the summer. And I think you guys are going to truly, truly enjoy them. So I can't wait to announce the other one. But for right now, EPJ Sports Night coming very, very soon. Like I said, it almost came out already. Hasn't quite dropped yet. Also, Olympic basketball. Yep, that's coming as well. Daniel says sweep. Only offense is Judge. I mean, the first couple nights, yeah, but I mean, I'm telling you, Stanton can clap him, Volpe can get going, Rizzo can get going. Even though Rizzo's not having a great year yet, that lineup is still very scary and very deep. And maybe tomorrow we see a Soto pinch hit, maybe. I'm going to Dodgers, Rangers Thursday. They're probably going to lose again when I'm there. Man, that'll be good, man. Every time the Dodgers play Seager is fun. I'm going. The next game I'm going to is when Kansas City comes to the stadium. I'm also going to Angels play. So I've got one of them is a corporate event. The other is because I got family in Kansas City as well, or outside of Kansas City. I've been watching a lot of Royals games. I want to see Bobby Witt Jr. play in person. I want to see him play in Kansas City later in the year. But I want to see him play here in LA too. So shout out to the Kansas City Royals, man. They're having a great season to start here. Kane says D'Lo, Rui, JHS, and 3 picks for Laurie and Sexton. Man, that's pricey. But maybe. We got some basketball talk coming up soon. We're going to touch on that tomorrow. Today we talking a lot of baseball. But the marketing situation, I'm kind of torn on because I like marketing as a player. I just don't know if I want another big making that much money. I think they got so many other needs. I think they can get a bruising big, a dirty work big for a lot less money than that. And then you need a 3-and-D wing. You need a point of attack defender. You need a shooter if you lose D'Lo. There's a lot of things you need on this team. And spending all that on a secondary big when you have Anthony Davis may not be wise, even though you're getting Sexton in that deal, which I like. Next year, the money won't be too bad, but you're going to have to extend marketing if you make that trade. Alejandro says, who stays in the rotation once Miller comes back? Well, that's the thing. You got Miller coming back. You got Dustin May eventually. You got Kershaw, potentially trades. That just further strengthens the bullpen. So you're gonna have games where you have like 2 starters, right? You're gonna have 2 starters out there. One goes like 3.5, 4 innings. The other goes 3.5, 4 innings, and you come with a bullpen guy. And when you see that, the Dodgers do a lot of that in their minor league system. And I think that's what they're gearing to here with all these arms. So when you bring these guys back, I don't think there's going to be guys coming completely out of the rotation, but I think you'll see some guys get split. You got Buehler coming back from injury. You've got Kershaw coming back from injury. You're going to have Dustin May coming back from injury. You're going to have Bobby Miller coming back from injury. So you get all these guys, and I can see a game where Miller and Buehler split a game. Like I can see that happening. And like a lot of teams, when they do openers and bullpen games, I think the Dodgers may go away from bullpen games and actually have the split game there when you have 2 starters pitching. And that's a luxury to have. And I even with that, I don't think they're done acquiring arms. Laurie isn't a typical big, though. He can do much, play 3-5, shoot, defend, rebound, pass, and score off the dribble. No, I get you. I understand. But what I'm saying, when you have Braun, depending on who else they move, and if it depends on who the coach is here. Like if you're going to get Hurley, I don't think they give up I don't think they give up their entire future because you have a development program now. If you get Hurley and Murray over there, then I don't think you got the future. I don't think. Maybe 1 pick. But I think like a Max Christie, maybe they use the 17 pick this year. I could see them playing younger players and focusing on a future and not gutting everything if they get Hurley. I can see that. Thoughts on PED scandals in baseball with Barry Bonds and A-Rod, since we're on topic of baseball. I mean, here's the thing, right? It was an era where everyone was doing it, right? Everyone was doing it, and no one wants to talk about this in baseball. They talk about it like it's a hold on, my mic is 1 second, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Let me put on mute real quick because my mic cover was tripping. 1 second. Let me see. Okay, hold on. All right, sorry about that. So here's the thing. A lot of people in baseball won't want to talk about this and won't admit this, right? But the reality is the steroid era saved baseball. It really did, because when the World Series got canceled due to the strike in the late 90s or mid 90s, whatever that was, right? The sport of baseball lost a lot of fans. You took the World Series away from a very, very loyal, faithful fan base. And what happened was a lot of people just turned away, myself included. Like baseball was my first love, even above basketball. And I mean, you guys know how much I love basketball, how diehard, how crazy and obsessed I am with the sport of basketball. But baseball was my first. Like I was a massive baseball head. And when they took away that World Series and the strike, it put a lot of people off, including myself. And what saved baseball was that kind of, so people talk about like the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird saved the NBA in the 80s. Lakers, Celtics saved the NBA in the 80s. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't hate Boston like everyone else does. Like I hate losing to them and I want to jack them up. And I'm with all the smoke and with all the trash talk, but it's not like it's not like I wish they didn't exist, because they helped save the league just as much as the Lakers did. I respect that. So that's how it kind of was with baseball. Why it's sustained on the sport, but the steroid era saved baseball. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, that home run battle when McGwire went to 71, like that saved baseball. That saved baseball. And was it cheating? Yeah. Was it dishonest? Yeah. But you know what? Baseball made a ton of money. They benefited. So did those players. And at the end of the day, if it wasn't for that stretch, well, I don't condone it. I don't recommend no one doing it. It saved the sport. It saved the sport. And then Barry Bonds, because of what these guys were doing, Barry Bonds was not even that type of player when he was in Pittsburgh. Barry Bonds was my favorite player when he was on the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was incredible. That team with Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, shout out to Chico Ling, Sid Breen, like all those dudes on that team, like Andy Van Slyke, like that was my squad outside of Dodgers. And like that, Barry Bonds wasn't even that type of player then. He was just a great, incredible all-around player. And then he got with the Giants and all the pub that all these other guys. He signed that major contract with the Giants, and seeing what McGwire and Sosa were doing, and he's like, okay, I got to adapt to this, right? And like I said, I don't condone it. I'm not saying it like it was smart, but at the end of the day, like it's how you stayed relevant in that era was by doing that. And the steroid era saved the sport of baseball. So while I think, yeah, it was absolute cheating, but all those guys were roped in together in that era. They were all doing it. So it wasn't like two guys did it and they stood out above everyone else. You had pitchers, right? You had hitters, you had relievers, you had dudes out there who would just fucking pinch runners on the juice. Like it was crazy. So everyone was doing it. So like just package that up in that era, leave it for what it was. Like I got to tell you, man, there was a gang of NBA players, like they said, there was a gang of NBA players doing cocaine in the 80s, right? Like like now, what I'm saying is like it was a performing enhancing drug for the stand where they can party all night and then still hoop. It didn't necessarily improve their game, except for the fact that they weren't dying with a hangover. You know what I mean? So it's like, my thing is, when it comes to baseball, the steroid era saved the sport. So part of me is like, you know what? Why are you banning them all? Why are you banning them all? The sport isn't what it is today without it, because it fell off. It was done. Ratings in the toilet. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, that home run chase saved the sport. And while it's not ideal, it just is what it is. And they moved past it, and it's not part of the game anymore for the most part. But it is what it is. That was a chapter of the game. It just happened. Alejandro said, I think Stone has been the biggest surprise. Facts. Teo has been a low, super important signing. No, that was huge, bro. Like I'm telling you, like a lot of people didn't know who he was. A lot of people piggybacked on him once it started becoming a buzz. But like I said, it was he was always been a good player. Always crushed left-handed pitching. That dude in Toronto got busy. Like he's been on the All-Star team. Like this was a crazy signing. And it wasn't just, I'm just thinking like, man, they got to find a way to keep him long-term. He was one of the guys, I'm telling you, I was talking about him way before the Dodgers got him. Like he was a guy that I knew we were zeroing in on. Jeff, what's your call on baseball game? I'm talking about the score of the Dodgers. What do you mean? What's my call on baseball? I don't know what you mean, brother. What do you mean? Alejandro says they were all cheating. They say, but yeah, thank you, man. Shout out to that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I look at that era of baseball. I look at the steroid era of baseball like I would Bird and Magic saving the league. Like I just do. And I know that's not the popular opinion, because baseball is a very unforgiving sport. It's a very like quote unquote like unwritten rule, gentleman's league. But at the end of the day, like the money that these dudes are making, these TV deals and all this stuff like that, I know it's not ideal to say that an era in which was cheating and full with drugs saved our sport, but it really, really did. It really, really did. And those who lived it and were part of it know what I mean. Like you dudes, you couldn't wait to get home to watch to see if McGwire or Sosa hit another home run in that era. You just couldn't. It was that important. It was major. It was major. Different era. Who cares? Thanks to them, we are here now. Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. Craig says Philadelphia and Mets are in London to play a 7:10 game Pacific time. Yeah, I mean, I saw that, and I saw the Phillies one today. Phillies are incredible, man. They're absolutely incredible. They're going to be dangerous. Yeah, nah, I get you. I get you. Game on ESPN. Yep. Kane says, "Do you feel the same way about the Lance Armstrong ish?" Now, see, that's a fair point, because in a way he added an excitement to the Tour de France that most people didn't care about. The thing with him was, how he painted himself to be something completely else, right? And I don't know enough about the sport, and I've seen some on the story about it, and it was years ago when I saw it, so my memory isn't fresh on it. I feel like that's a little different, because while baseball was rampant, like every major star and player was doing it. I don't know, and this is me speaking. This is me speaking from a place of being uneducated in it. So if I'm wrong, this is why I want to be careful, and I want to pre-emphasize that I don't know exactly everything I'm talking about with this, so I could be wrong. So I want to pre-emphasize that. So what I'm saying is, in baseball, every top dude, every top dog, every like franchises, everyone was involved in it. Everyone knew about it. Everyone was doing it. It almost wasn't even considered cheating, because it was just so common, right? In Tour de France, in that sport, from what I understand, unless I'm wrong, again, I'm no expert in this. I'm less than a casual, whatever you call that, right? I'm less than a casual when it comes to the Tour de France. But from what I remember and what I understand was that he was so far ahead of everyone else as far as his usage and his abuse of it. For what I remember in the documentary. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm no expert in this, nor will I pretend to. I know it's weird. A content creator admitting he doesn't know something, but I have no problem doing that. But from what I remember, if my memory serves me correct, and you guys could correct me, I feel like it wasn't the same situation. It wasn't, but I could be wrong. Phillies are on fire right now. Yeah, Phillies and the Yankees both been on crazy fire. You can't punish some players and still have some other steroids players in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I agree with you there. What do you think the score would be on the Dodger game? You mean tomorrow? I don't know. Tyler Glasnow has been solid. He's typically had great run support, except for the last couple of games. So what the Dodgers did yesterday, the bats are coming alive. I'm gonna say with Glasnow pitching, I'm gonna say the Dodgers win 6-3 tomorrow. I'm gonna call 6-3. Yeah, Lance denied it too many times with an attitude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That made him look worse. I don't remember Bonds denying it. He would ignore it. Yeah, okay. So see, we're on the same page. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he was like felt insulted and made people feel stupid for talking about it. From what I remember, like I said, I'm no expert, but it felt a little bit different with him from what I remember. What was the deal with A-Rod and the suspension? I felt it was dumb. They suspended him in 2009 when he did it in 2003. Well, see, the problem with A-Rod was, again, a lot of these guys, when they got caught or they did like whatever, like it was all part of it. A-Rod continued to deny it, called people liars, tried to sue people. He did everything you don't do when you're guilty, right? Like, I understand you had a bag to protect, you had things you had to do, but at the end of the day, man, everyone knew what you were doing. Everyone knew what you were doing. A-Rod was a scumbag. He was a certified scumbag. He was not well liked. Like I said, Jeter and him had beef on the team. Like he was just like, to my knowledge, and Jeter was my favorite player. To my knowledge, Jeter didn't do any of that, right? He never got caught. He didn't have any crazy power numbers. Like Jeter, as far as I know, kept it clean in a steroid era, right? But he was never a guy that was out there that did any of that. DJ was like just if you had him on your team, you won type of guy. Like he impacted winning. He wasn't as skilled as A-Rod. He wasn't, but he impacted winning more than A-Rod. So he didn't really need the steroids for that. But A-Rod kind of like Lance Armstrong. His approach to it made things so much worse. Phil and Dodger won the Belmont. Oh, I remember Jason Worth. Man, see, the Dodgers had Jason Worth on his come up, and he really wasn't like a major guy. Then he went to the Phillies. He signed that huge contract, man. He got the bag. Got that bag in Philly. So shout out to Jason Worth, man. Shout out to him. And shout out to you guys for tuning in. Like I said, it's a late night Dodger stream. No NBA tonight. Got plenty of NBA tomorrow. I got me a fun little brunch tomorrow. Then I'll be back ready to work the finals. So make sure to pull up to our playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. It's in the description. Pull up tomorrow, catch a game with us for free. The first 20 people to show up to the show over there on Playback get to watch the game with us for free, man. Me and some special guests calling the games. So I'd appreciate it. If you guys are gonna watch, online, if you're gonna be online, pull up. Let's watch it together. You guys can hear us analyze the game. But outside of that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night. Wanted to come kick it with you guys a little bit on a Saturday night to talk some Dodger baseball, man, because I felt they had a phenomenal game today. Teoscar Hernandez, shout out to him. Shout out to Gavin Stone. And it'd be incredible if they can sweep this series tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But on that note, I'm going to end it. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. You guys have a great Saturday morning. Have a great Saturday. And I appreciate you tuning in late night. So y'all stay safe. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. We'll have some fun covering basketball. And like I said, EPJ Sports Night coming soon, y'all. Can't wait to have y'all on the show. Can't wait for these call-ins. We can all have some fun, man. So I'll check out tomorrow. Be safe. Appreciate y'all, man.